When you're double dye stabilizing wood, do you sand or not sand in between colors? We're going to find out today. Let's do it. All of the double dye stabilizing videos that I've ever seen say to sand in between the colors. So you get the first one done, you soak it, get it in the oven, come back out, sand it, and then put the second color in vacuum, which we're about to do. Recently, I've been talking to a few people that really know what they're doing, and they're like, no, I don't sand. So what we're going to do today is, these are all from the same tree, same piece of wood. This is maple burl. I marked them on here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2 are over here. We did red first, and 3 or 4 over here, and we did black first. I'm going to switch them on this next color. But what I'm going to do is the odd ones, 1 and 3. I'm going to sand those, just lightly sand over here, and then go ahead and weigh them, and then do the second color, and then we'll see what's going on. A couple of things here. I just got a new pressure pot vacuum chamber. I misspoke. Sorry. These are from Turntex. I've had this one. This is one of the first ones I ever got. This was a little bit more or less expensive. I have a link to that below so you can check it out. It's my first time using it. I used it to pull vacuum so that these don't get moisture in them in between when they're cooling down. It worked well for that. So in the future, I'll be doing some stabilizing with that actually, so we'll be able to find out. But red wine's going in here, black is going in here, and pink's going in here. I have a bunch of wood in here that I have to divvy up, but one of the things we're going to be able to figure out also is I'm going to do these opposite. So these are the wine ones. They're going to be going in the black. And I just got black all over me. And these black ones are going in wine. Wine is going in here, so I'll get these divvied out. I'll get this going. At least 12 hours until the bubble stops. Wait till the bubble stops and then double your time after that. I'll show you when these things are bubbling. All these are running. They're going to be running for at least 12 hours. I might just come back in the morning and then you double the time after that to let them soak. And not only will we be able to see if there's a big weight gain in between the two, if you notice the weights on them on each set are pretty close to one another within a few grams. So we should be able to see if there's a significant difference in weight gain. And after it's all said and done, I'll go ahead and cut them into knife scales and we'll be able to see what the inside looks like and see which color first looked better. And then we'll get in the comments afterwards and see which one you thought looked better. So we'll see you in a couple days. Don't be in a hurry. Just let nature take its course. It's a couple days later. I did let that stuff sit in the vacuum chambers for about 12 hours, and then I let them soak for probably about 36 hours. It's a couple days later, no big deal. Like I said, don't get in a big hurry. So what I did was I weighed these things, and we got the differences. And the first thing I want to do is a common question, like which color do you soak and which color do you vacuum? I'm going to show you the difference on the ones we did today, and then I'm going to go over the differences in these weights, and we'll see if there's a conclusion. These turned out pretty cool. It's kind of obvious which one is which. This one is the red wine was vacuumed last, and this one, the black, was vacuumed last. So I did them opposite. I soaked the red wine in here first and the black in here. You can see the highlights, and you can see highlights in here. And then the next color is the one that you vacuum. It's going to be the most prominent. So it's something to play around with, definitely, but I like these ones a lot. I'm going to tell you how much weight each one gained on that second color. And remember, the odd ones, we sanded this one and we sanded this one. So this one here, it gained 123.5 grams, and this one gained 110.2, which, if you're wondering, that's 13.3 grams difference. This one gained more than that one, and that's the one we sanded. And in case you're wondering, that's what 13 grams looks like. 13.3 grams right there. That's what it looks like. Over here, this one gained 111.5. And this one gained 106.3 with a difference of 5.5. And that looks like this. That's 5.5 grams And we sanded this one, it gained more. We sanded this one, it gained more. I've got these pieces of wood because they were the most similar size, shape. Obviously, they weighed almost exactly the same each one when we started. Just to be clear, the soaking process only gained about 7 to 10 grams a piece. So in between this and this, that first color, that's all the weight it gained from no color, from nothing to having that first soak in there. So it doesn't gain that much, but the sanded ones definitely did better. I think I established that there's a difference from sanding and not sanding. Now we need to decide, is it enough? So like these are knife scales, pretty much a little bit bigger than 2 pin blanks. So on a pin blank, let's say this was say 12 for easy math. So each one is 6 grams difference. Is that enough in a pin blank? Is it going to accomplish your goals more than not having that little bit extra in there? I'm not so sure. If I have 100 of these in there, and let's say this was only like 5.5 grams difference between this and this. So if I have 100 pieces in there, am I going to sand for a few hours just to get a couple grams into each one? Like 2.5, like 2 3/4 grams each one? I'm not so sure. What I'd like you to do is go down in the comments and tell me which knife scales you like. The pink last, the ones you can see the red wine on, or the black ones. I think they both look good, but I kind of like this one. And also let me know, do you think it's worth it? 1, did you find that I proved it? And then 2, is it worth it? Is it worth it to you? For me, I guess it just depends on what I'm working on. If I really want the most precise stabilization process in the world, if I'm just doing one piece, I'll probably sand it. But if I have 100 in there, I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to do it. Let me know in the comments. And over here is going to be another wood stabilizing video. And we'll see you next time. And y'all be good.